But fantastic game along with Steph Curry. How big was this win coming off the back-to-back, and how good does it feel to be 3-1 on this road trip?
Yeah, really good. Guys played hard, played together, never got down, and stuck it out and got a dub.
You guys executed so well. Talk to us about some of those back screens. You were setting some, you got some of the ball screens. What's it like reading the defense off of those as the Knicks kind of struggle to get through those?
It's great. We got so many guys that are so unselfish that want to get everybody else the ball. Sometimes it's a bad thing because we're too unselfish, not taking the right shots. But in the end, we figured it out. We went into halftime, talked about what we were going to do, came out and executed.
When you say too unselfish, that's you a little bit. You're getting so many guys involved. Tonight you had 19, 6 of 12 shooting. Sometimes Jimmy Butler, don't take part, take over.
Nah, as long as we get wins, I don't care about any of that. So as long as whatever I'm doing, whatever we're doing is leading to W's, I don't care about anything else.
You talked about the adjustment at halftime. You guys end up getting the 50 points in the paint, much more work inside instead of shooting the threes. Even though they were great looks you guys were getting, and that kind of balanced out your offense. Talk to me about that adjustment.
I mean, I think anybody tell you, I love getting into the paint and getting layups and getting free throws. I want more guys to take the easy ones and transition, run for lays instead of to the three every single time. But we did it, we figured it out, and we won, so nothing against it.
How about the physicality with you and OG Anunoby? Man, that was a matchup to watch.
Yeah, we've had battles through the years. He's a hell of a player, and he's gotten better every single year. I know he's been doing well here. I continue to wish him the most success, but the Warriors got one.
Bro, you are the best almost ever at jumping into bodies, and it is so contagious. Other guys are doing that. Talk to us about how you kind of developed that. Was that just something you naturally did so well? You never avoid contact.
Never. I actually search it out a little bit too much sometimes. I like to play bully ball. I like to run in there and hit guys to get in the bonus so everybody can see the ball go in from the free throw line.
Yes, well, the Warriors are 9 of 11 since you've been acquired. We see a lot of Jimmy Butler smiles, and you're putting a lot of smiles on Warrior faces. We appreciate you stopping.
You know, appreciate you.
All right, Jimmy Butler with 19. Steph had 28. Pajemski 19. Big win for the Warriors. They take care of the Knicks in the Garden.
Great performance for Jimmy Butler, especially in that second half. He got off to a slow start tonight. And you look at the previous three games, I should say, on this road trip. 6 points against Charlotte, a game after missing the Philly game with back spasms. Orlando didn't have it rolling. They put a bigger guy on him, Jonathan Isaac and Paulo Banchero. He goes 1 of 7 for just 5 points. Charlotte yesterday he started to figure some things out in the second half as his back got looser. And then tonight, 13 points in the second half, and he was huge in the third quarter, setting the tone with 9 points, getting to the free throw line 9 times in the final 2 quarters of this game. 7 of 9 for the free throw line. The three ball hasn't been rolling for him, but he's finding different ways to impact basketball games, Fezzi.
Well, so far, Bonte, Jimmy is a work in progress for the Warriors. This is rotation-wise with Steve Kerr. This is with each player understanding the effect of Jimmy playing off the post, and also the effect of Jimmy tonight playing with the ball in his hands as a ball handler in the ball screen. You know, the team is continuing to evolve, and you just see night after night, they just continue to get better. The biggest effect this has been on the bench. The bench players, Brandon Pajemski, Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, these guys have benefited from having Jimmy Butler in the lineup. But when you have Jimmy there with Steph Curry, you have the ball going inside, that's a scoring threat, and the ball goes outside to Steph, that's a scoring threat. Both of those together, now you have guys in the middle that can work. So Draymond Green has talked about how him and Jimmy, they're finding their chemistry together, finding ways to score, how you now find ways to get into open areas because you know Jimmy Butler is also a playmaker, and that's an underrated part of his game.
Yeah, work in progress has been an A+ because they're 9-2. They've done it different ways against different teams. But you listen to Jimmy Butler's comments there. He's got an old school approach to basketball. He wants to play inside the three-point line. He wants to, be physical, get to the free throw line. The polar opposite of Steph Curry's offensive arsenal. Now all of a sudden you put those two together. Now it's much easier for those role players to figure out exactly where they fit in. Steph's going to be, running around different ways to try and get open on the perimeter. Jimmy's always going to be inside the three-point line. When it gets down to Jimmy on an ISO in the mid-post, to me, it's much easier to make your decision to cut, to space, or to screen. When you're basically watching from here and Jimmy's down there, you can see the whole play in front of you. So that's really helped their half-court offensive efficiency. But it also has helped their defense because they know exactly where shots are coming from. You got better floor balance. You're not getting run out on as much as you. And to me, it's not a negative thing, but you don't have to go to the offensive rebounds as much because you think about when you're charging to the offensive rebound for the three-point line, then you're retreating on defense. That's opened up some transition points. With Jimmy Butler, all of a sudden, you got great floor balance defensively. You're getting a shot on goal almost all the time. A lot of times high-quality shots, and if not, he's getting to the free throw line. So we saw
Simmons from the Ringers. Steph and LeBron are both on legit good teams again. Only it's 2025. It's kind of nuts. That is Bill Simmons, longtime Celtic fan. So, yes, and the Warriors are going to add Jonathan Kuminga at some point here, but so far they're handling their business on this road trip, Willie, at 3-1. We thought they would beat the Sixers, and this would be the game that they may have trouble with, but they flipped that. They lose to Philly, but they beat a more impressive New York Knicks team.
no question. This is the best team they've played with Jimmy Butler, and I thought this second half, they won 67-47, had a playoff feel to it, had a playoff pace to it. And I thought the Warriors did a masterful job, as Fezzi said, moving the basketball, playing inside out. And, you know, with Jimmy Butler on the floor, when that game's close in the fourth quarter, he's going to get you to the line, settle the game down, which not only gives you points, sets your half-court defense, so you're not getting fast break points. And then, you know, I've noticed on those possessions, when Jimmy Butler has the ball, the spacing and the body movement still going on. You've seen him several times. He found Buddy Hield. He found Guy Santos. And towards the end of the game, found Steph Curry a few times for wide-open threes. So last night, Steve Kerr talked about maintaining that ball movement with Jimmy Butler on the floor. We saw several times coming out of timeouts, Steve Kerr had Jimmy Butler handling the basketball in the pick-and-roll situation to get that ball moving in the possession.
30 assists again for the Golden State Warriors tonight against the New York Knicks. Last night, 32 assists. And, of course, Stephen Curry, he loves to put on the show. He's one of the greatest showmen we've ever seen in sports history. Late in the game, Fezzi fell up 8. Great steal by Draymond Green, scramble drill. Jimmy Butler, the awareness to see Steph all by himself. He almost put out the night-night, but he says, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone.
They got another game in New York on Thursday.
Barclays Center, but look at this play right here, wide open. I don't think he's been this wide open since he's been in the league, Fezzi.
Mình sẽ cắt ra một mảnh giấy để làm cây này. Sau đó rắc quần nó lại như thế này nha. Sau đó mình sẽ dán keo vào. Như vậy là mình sẽ được cái cây như thế này nha. Tiếp theo mình sẽ cho vào đây. Bẻ cái phần cánh hoa ra nha. Đó. Đó, cái phần cây mình sẽ sử dụng bằng cái giấy này. Các bạn nào mà có sẵn cái cây thì có thể sử dụng luôn cái cây nha. Đó, mình sẽ bẻ lần lượt cái phần cánh hoa ra nha. Đó, mình sẽ cắt thêm cái lá nha. Mình sẽ dán lên nha. Như vậy là mình đã làm xong một bông hoa sen bằng giấy như thế này. Các bạn có thể tham khảo cách làm của mình nha. Đó, rất là đơn giản và dễ làm nha. Và video của mình đến đây là hết rồi. Hẹn gặp lại mọi người trong các video tiếp theo nhé. Xin chào tạm biệt, bye bye.